Oh, yep. Eagles Way of Boxing. This is quick, man. Let's go. Let's talk a little bit about something. A little bit about this boxing, if possible. I don't know. Everybody's been abandoning Eagle lately. That's fine. It ain't about y'all. It's about message, but sometimes it's about y'all. But we are going to see how this works out. A lot of controversy, like always. Hey, a lot of times it's not the person's fault that you might think it is. When you talk about, like, even when it comes to, like, um, these big fights coming up, what we say in here, a lot of times we say, get your ass out there and fight, y'all, sir. Salute to y'all, sir, Hussein. That's what we tell them, y'all, sir. We get your ass out there and fight. Yeah, they about to have this Independence Day stuff coming up, so, Derek and them is already eating barbecue chicken and ribs and shit, so we might not see them today, y'all, sir. Might not see them, brother, because they out there eating them. They out there eating them goods. They out there eating them ribs and stuff. They eating all that pork, man. The haram. They eating the room. They eating the food. The haram foods this weekend. All probably Saturday, Sunday, maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and leftovers on Wednesday, and calling sick on Wednesday. Nobody go work, so this is crazy. I haven't seen it. They got this guy. They call him the Mayweather of Muay Thai. I really don't follow Muay Thai. I actually like Muay Thai, but I don't follow it. I think it damages your body. I think you toughen your body for a little while, but then after a while, your body repays you by, destroying itself. When you get older, you can't walk because you're not supposed to be breaking your shins and stuff like that, and doing all that damage to your shins and stuff. Yeah, your body gets tougher. Then your body's only supposed to get tougher when you're in tough situations. It's just you're not supposed to you're not supposed to just try to damage your body for an advantage of hurting somebody. No, that's why man invented weapons in the first place, so he can maintain his body, his flexibility, and everything else, but use weapons when it came to war times. The reason we use weapon is because we know we're not supposed to really be fighting in the first place. It's like you have the nerve to come up against me and fight me. You have the nerve to come and fight me. We're supposed to be brothers. Yeah. All this one fight, like, it's just too much. We're gonna go get a little bit into the hype. We're gonna get a little bit into the hype just so we can talk about it. We hear there's some more hype about Keith Thurman. Yeah. Keith Thurman, Ugas. Is Keith Thurman going to really fight Ugas? And if he is, yeah, if he is actually going to fight him, this should be good. It should be a good thing. It should be a good thing if he's really going to fight him. It's because actually I think that's the only step. To be honest, that's probably one of the only steps that can kind of get Crawford back into it. Y'all said pork. He said pork, not the porcos. Yeah, not the halal. Is that? Hey, y'all, sir, is that halal? Is that halal? That's haram. Is that haram? Yeah. I think it'll be a good fight, but what I think, my feelings on the fight is that I see that it's a catapult. It's a little bit of a catapult for Keith Thurman, but we got to see what Ugas got. If Ugas has everything that usually has, Keith Thurman is not going to win. Because we know Ugas, you got to kill Ugas to take him out of there. I don't know if Keith can really like mess his face up like Earl did. It's going to be hard for Keith. I'm going to pick Ugas if he's the same. He said fully haram. Yeah, he said to the fullest, huh? He said that's fully haram, man. The swine. What a lot of people don't understand now, the swine was actually a little bit different back in the day. So the swine was actually our garbage disposal, but not like that. Because we had other things, like we still do, and some of them have disappeared. But we had, we had the beetles, like the dung beetles and stuff, to take care of the earth when it came to excrement. And the pigs were more or less like the garbage disposal. They're not from our land over here. They're not really from here. They were imported, but they were used more for like garbage. But when people talk about garbage, they weren't used for garbage like we look at garbage today. The garbage that they were eating was not bad garbage for us. It wasn't bad. It's not like we couldn't have finished eating it. It's just that it was like leftovers, but the leftover was not like y'all sir put down. He said that's fully haram. They were not fully haram. He's haram because he will do other stuff. That's why he was mostly haram, is because the pig will do other things that other animals won't do, and so that's what made him haram. It's not that he's very intelligent, but he will go off on his own and he'll do his own thing. He'll do things that he wasn't supposed to be doing. So instead of eating, like say for instance, you got fruit and stuff left over, and you got vegetables left over. Instead of him eating that, now he would, dwell into getting into other things. Now, if you put him in a field and there's nothing but vegetation, he will take on and just eat nothing but vegetation. But then he will do bad things, like he will pollute the water and everything else. Plus he destroys the land because he gets greedy. If you don't feed him, he gets greedy, and he destroys the plant all the way down to the root, which you're not supposed to do. They have animals that eat roots and they trim roots, but those are animals that live under the ground. The pig does not live under the ground, because you have animals that live under the ground that take care of the stuff like the roots and all that. They don't just destroy. Some will, but they don't destroy the roots. They like take out the bad ones and stuff like that to keep the tree strong. But that's funny how he's throwing up like, no, not the. But people love it here, brother. I'm telling you, man, they gonna be. Hey, just look at 4th of July celebrations from where you are. Just check them out, and you'll see all. And look at. I'm gonna tell you which states to look at. Not that it doesn't happen in all the states. I want you to look in Kentucky, I want you to look in Tennessee, I want you to look in Florida, and I want you to look in Texas. And so look at the 4th of July, cooking experience for those places, and then you will see, you're going to see the total package is big old swine. Yeah, but back to one of my points, what I was going to say is that these animals, like these pigs, are actually, they feral, and these things, like the boss hog, the big boy, he's the leader, the boar, they call him the boar, is an absolute killer. They will kill you, and they will leave no remains of your body. I mean, within minutes. Within minutes, you will go from being alive to being unalive by these boars. Some of these pigs, they're very scary. I've seen some big ones, and they're very scary because they actually do roam wild. They're not they scary, but some places in Europe where they just roam wild, they're not as destructive for some reason. They're not as destructive as the ones over here. Probably because they don't belong here. So over in Europe, a lot of places they're big, but they're not really destructive. They're scary, but they're not, destructive and stuff. So yeah, but let's get into this a little bit. Let's talk about some. I know these guys out for their little holiday or holiday. They said, let's not do that. So let's talk about it. So this is kind of a rumor too, is that I heard the twins, Jamel and Jamal Charlo, are fighting about, well, they got into a fight and an argument about, so Jamal is arguing with Jamel because Jamel is getting the fight with Canelo, and he's saying he took that fight from him. I'm like, for me, it's like Jamal hasn't fought nobody. He hasn't been fighting. So, I mean, he had other problems. He had other problems. So, if you got other problems, I mean, don't get mad at your brother because your brother's trying to cash in. He's trying to get that Canelo money. When he beats Canelo, he'll be big. He's doing it more, and the reason he wants it so bad is like he really wants this fight bad because it's like that's total respect there. To beat Canelo before Canelo gets beat up. Before Canelo gets beat up too bad. It's like, it's going to be like, who has he beaten up? That's what it's going to be like. Who has he beaten up? Like really beaten up? Well, I think Charlo he's actually beat up some fighters pretty bad. I think he really messed up the career. Yeah, I think Mel has messed up a few careers, and I mean, Rosario, I think he messed up his career. Harrison, I think he messed up his career. A lot of these fighters, man, they're not this. Castano probably, because they, this is what's one of the things that's really hurting these fighters. Is those damn belts. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these fighters, they probably shouldn't have been fighting like right after they lost. Yeah. After they lost, they shouldn't. Yeah. some of them just came back too soon. It's like you guys are coming back too soon. You guys are hurt, and you guys want to come back and just fight, and that just kind of is ruined it. You know? It's just really crazy. It's really crazy to think that we have been. I'm not gonna say we're thirsting, but we have been looking forward to a lot of these fights. We have not been getting them, but now we're getting fights, and they're still kind of scrambled up. At least we're getting fights though. We haven't gotten all the fights that we wanted. Um, I don't see. Actually, a lot of people think that it's going to be like a walk in the park for Canelo versus Jamel. I just don't see it that way. Jamel's tough, man. Everybody, because what happened is Canelo has actually blown himself up um, to where he's at, to where everybody thinks Derek Brady in there. I see you, brother. Salute to Derek. He says salute to everyone. Self driving. Well, get your ass, park your ass, pull your ass over to the side, man, and listen up to Eagle Web. Listen up, deep, baby. Listen up, man. Listen up, son. Y'all, sir, says salute fam at Derek Beatty. But I'm not going to blame Jamel for Jamal's misgivings, or however you want to call it. You haven't been the one fighting. You're the one that's been unstable with, whatever you got, mental problem, whatever you guys got. That's your fault. But I don't see Canelo just running through Jamel. Okay, so but back to my point about Canelo. See, what happened is people have the Canelo syndrome to where they think Canelo is anywhere from a heavy middleweight, which is super middleweight, all the way up to like heavyweight. They think he can fight all the way up to like cruiserweight and heavyweight. He's not no Canelo's not no big dude, man. Look at the screen right there. This is a 175 pound guy that's pummeling him. Bivol is not bigger than Charlo. All those guys are big, man. Those guys are big. They just haven't. Look at their bodies, man. Look at the Charlo's legs and stuff. Those are big guys. Those Charlos are like 185 pound, 190 pound guys. If they put on like the average weight like most people put on. They are slimmed down to hit like 154 and 160. They're slimmed down for that. Just think about it. They got to put on at least 20 pounds. They walk around like 180, 185, They can put on as much weight as, 30 pounds or so. Those dudes ain't no little dudes, man. They are not no little dudes, man. They're not. They are sunken in. Look at their faces, man. Their faces are all drawn in, man. You can see nothing but jawbone. They're all drawn in, man. Same thing with Earl Spence. Earl Spence is all drawn in, man. He's a big dude, man. He's a bigger dude, man. He is not no little small. He's not no small guy, man. If you think he's a beast at 147, wait till you see him at 160 or 154, 160, whatever. He'll fight. Earl Spence right now will fight. He will take a fight at 168 probably. He'll take a fight at 168 if he got some paper on it, got some money on it. Because I remember after he beat up Kell Brook was still hollering about he wanted some more smoke with him or whatever, talking about he'll meet him at 154 or whatever. Earl told him, make sure you have something for me. I ain't doing this just for the money. I want different straps because I want to be known. Earl wants to be a Hall of Famer, simple as that. He wants to be a Hall of Famer. So, in the case to where you want to be a Hall of Famer and you think your chances of being a Hall of Famer is greater if you have belts, then I suggest getting belts. If you don't really care about being a Hall of Famer, or you think that you still think that you are a Hall of Famer, regardless if you have belts or not, then don't even mess with belts. Get the belt and get rid of it. Simple as that. Just beat the best competition. I don't know what y'all's thoughts is on that. But Maul and Mel, don't fight. Don't fight, y'all brothers. Don't fight. You don't need to fight. You know. But I know a lot of you think that Crawford's gonna win this one against Earl. I think y'all gonna see the difference. Um, I'm gonna start putting up stuff, and I'm not trying to change nobody's mind, but I'm just start showing y'all some things. Yeah, I did horrible this week on predicting fights, man. I had too many underdog. I had too many knockout winners and flip flopped on my choices. I had to rush and get my choices in because I thought they were Friday fights and I was working, so I didn't get them. I didn't get them in until late. This is my fault. So I mean, no excuse. It's just that's what happened. Yeah. Just thinking, man. If you guys want to go back, man, you guys go back and look at some of Floyd Mayweather Senior's fights, man. Some of it and see how fast he was, man. He was good. He had some issues, but he was actually good, man. He was actually even firing off on Sugar Ray, but Sugar Ray ended up beating him, but he's but I would say go back and check out. We need to check out everything when it comes to fights anyway. Yeah. So I think we still got to. I think we still have to, you know, think about what is Tank gonna do, man. It's just a lot of times when our guys when they get incarcerated and stuff, they're not the same. But Tank ain't going down that much though. Yeah, I mean, he gets that time to think and cool off. Yeah. So at least you get a chance to do that. You get a chance to cool off. You get a chance to reassess what you're gonna do with your life. If you're gonna take boxing, your boxing life. Well, not even your boxing life, but you're gonna take your life more serious, or if are you gonna keep doing what you're doing? Hmm. Yeah. You got a lot. You got a suspect. You got Bob Arum out there still. Still talking bad about the fighters and stuff. Still trying to protect his money. He's always tried to protect his money though. You know, a lot of people don't understand that. He's always been in the money protection business. Bob Arum has been in the money protection business probably since the '70s, and then people just they don't understand that. Shit, he's not gonna change. That he's been in the money protection business for so long. So there's certain fights he don't want because he know that hey, that's part of my paycheck disappearing. If I can't keep my fighters hot. Yeah. Has anybody heard anything about the Wilder fight with Ruiz? Are we gonna get that? So maybe we gonna get that. Yeah. I don't know. This fight game is gonna start getting interested. How'd you guys like the Jared Anderson fight? He showed that he can, that he can get hit and and come through and do what he has to do. Hmm. But actually, I think with this Jamel Charlo fight is actually a good fight because he's already lost. They both actually have already lost fights before, and his 154 is not in jeopardy. Yeah, so at least I don't think it is. That's cool. And we still got the Fulton fight, and I know you got a lot of you guys got in the way, but so we got to see how that works out. I'm still gonna go with Fulton on that. So you guys can uh, take in away if you like. Yeah. But yeah, that's how many pounds is that? That's like 14 pounds for Charlo. That's nothing. Yep. And Tim Tszyu, you're doing too much, thinking that people are like ducking you. He thinks Charlo's ducking him and stuff. They need to stop all this shit, man. Ain't nobody ducking you. Who the hell is Tim Tszyu where he thinks people's ducking him? Ain't nobody ducking you, man. You got people that will move up from welterweight to fight you. Stop. That's what they call that cap. Stop the cap, man. People will move up. You got fighters in 147 that will fight you and beat you. Yeah. Yeah. I heard that Ruiz wants more money. Of course he want more money. Because he about to put that chin on the line, man. He know that Wilder ain't no joke. I mean, but then again, if you need more money, then don't talk shit if you need more money. Don't be acting like it's easy work. If it's easy work, if you think you're going to go in there and put them hands on Wilder, then you don't need no more money. You're like, I don't need that much. Just think about this. Let's just put ourselves not in boxing shoes, but let's put ourselves in just regular work shoes. Or just put some work shoes on. So, let's say, for instance, you're a house painter, and normally you charge a certain amount, to paint a house, and that's based on you having to scrape off the old paint and sand it down and like that. But somebody wants you to paint, and you look at the house. There's no chip paint. It's all sand. It's already smoothed out. It's primered and everything already. It's like, damn, I'm gonna get this done in like 1/3 of the cost and time is a regular job. Okay, so if that's the case, do you need the full amount of money? And y'all looking at, oh, yeah, it's crazy, man. That's two different things. No. If Wilder is already, if he's painted in a certain way to lose to you, then you shouldn't even worry about money. Like, oh, I got this, man. Let me go on and get this. Let me go on and get this easy money. Go on and get your money, right? Stop playing with everybody. Some people think more logically and more in depth than other people. Some people just, oh man, yeah, he right. He did. Man, come on. If it's easy work, then don't even. Why you need so much money if it's easy work? Huh? The only reason you need more money if there's a name. Names put the asses in the seats, and names make the money. They make it. The dollars make sense. It's like Mayweather. Mayweather couldn't have made 50 million or 100 million, whatever he made, against just any name, just because he feels like he's a big name. Nobody's gonna go for it. So he had to take less money on some of the fights, right? When you got a fight of a certain magnitude, like the Jamel Charlo versus Canelo, yeah, there's some money. There's going to be some money involved in that. I don't even know if David Benavidez would have been as much money for Canelo as Charlo. I don't know. A lot of people looking at they call him Mexican Monster and think that he can win, but I don't know. Just go on and fight. Go knock Morrell out first, since that's what you're doing. Yeah, he got buzzed by Charles Martin and went the distance. It's safe to say he got a ways to go before he's fight the top guys. Yeah, he still got a little ways to go. It might have been nerves too though, because he's actually, I've heard him in the interview saying that he's just like, why him? He's still young. He's what, 23, man. So he's like, why him? Why is he in this position? And Roy Jones was trying to give him confidence, like, hey, the reason you're in this position is because you're special. And certain people, that when you're in this position, you're looked at as a person that can do certain things that other people can't do. And that's true with all professional sports too. If you're good at those sports, it's true. Nobody's gonna pay you the money and keep you around. You know what I mean? If you suck in the sport, like, oh man, dude, you suck, man. Like, you suck. Not even regular suck. You like extra suck. Shoot, if you extra suck at something, then hey, this probably ain't gonna work out. And that's damn sure ain't nobody gonna keep you around if you extra suck. Like, man, you suck. You suck worse than regular suck. Yeah. What is this? This is. Sorry about that, y'all. I dropped my case over here. It's like I dropped my whole case. Okay, so that's dead. That's almost dead. Got all these cards that got these expiration dates coming up. Yeah, but at least we're getting some fights though, y'all, sir. I mean, it's like might not be all the fights that we want, and I didn't necessarily want to see Jamel fight Canelo, but now it seems interesting because I think Canelo might be on. He's probably on a decline. All that with all that, all the weight and stuff, jumping up and down so much. It's like, yeah, you're doing too much. That same thing happened to Manny too. Manny started getting like lackluster and stuff like that when he started doing too much. Like, oh, you're trying to do too many weight classes. You're doing too much. And when you start doing too much, it comes back and hits you. You know what I mean? It come back and haunt you like it. And then you just. I don't know if he's really if he's a shell. I don't think he's a shell of what he was, but I just still don't think he's as. He's not as good as he was at one point. He's definitely not at his peak no more. Especially if you're getting booed. You went to your country to do good, and you went there and you end up getting booed out the stadium. Okay, that's what I was looking at. Yeah, you got your ass booed out the stadium, son. Yeah, you can't be getting booed out the stadium. But you Charlos, y'all don't fight. Don't fight over, don't fight over your bread. Don't fight over who you going, don't fight. And plus, you still got Andre out there, so go get you some money. We got to look at it, too, also. The Canelo's not going to be in the game that much longer anyway. So everybody, you got to do a reset for yourself, man, because a lot of these boxers that a lot of these boxers that we right now that we hold in high regard, They're all of them are aging out. They got a few years at the most. Terrence Crawford probably got a few years at the most. Earl Spence maybe 4 years, 5 years at the most. Um, Canelo maybe 2 years, 2 or 3 years at the most. Who else? Um, okay, Sean Porter's already got Danny Garcia maybe a year or two. Ugas maybe a year or two. You know, who else? It's just going. Deontay Wilder maybe a couple of more years at the most because of just too much, taking a lot of damage, a lot of war. Um, who else is about on their way out? Harrison, maybe another year. So it's a lot of fighters that just aren't going to be around. A lot of these fighters ain't going to be around at all. So, so we must get. So get ready for that. Get ready for these fighters just not being here. And when I say these fighters might last 1 to 3, 4 years, I'm not saying that they are going to last because they could end up being damaged goods. You know what I mean? It end up being damaged goods. So if you end up being damaged goods, then you're out of there earlier. You're not going to be there for 2, 3, 4 years, whatever it is. So we got to kind of treasure the all the stuff that we're getting now. We got to kind of treasure these things now. A lot of these fights, they might not be the exact fight that we want, but at least we're getting something. Yeah. I'm just browsing, y'all. Trying to see if I see something that's really interesting or whatever. And I'm not really seeing like too much. Yeah. It's just so much for me. It's just so much controversy, and when it comes to this whole, and it's not just boxing. It's just like all the sports, man. Everything is just it's always something. But I don't follow all this stuff. I don't follow football very much. You know, I just like I'll peep in on a couple of teams that I like or I used to like. I'll peep in on them, and that's it. I don't keep up with all this because it's too much controversy, too much BS, man. And they tricking us too much, man. That money. They got us stuck on that money guy. I see you down there, Bruce. Yep. Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. Said, what's up at Eagles Web? Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz. I think he beats Dubois right now. Yep. Sir Flame said, salute to Eagles Web, salute to the chat. And he said, as always, he's jab that like button on y'all neck. Don't get naked. Eagles Web Boxing, always with that fire, 100 up good with the, just in case. Just in case y'all didn't know. Don't forget about those, baby. All the time. Salute to Sir Flame and Bruce. Bruce is right back at Sir Flame with the salute. Sir Flame, salute at Yasser Hussein. Yasser, salute fam at Sir Flame. Bruce Gas, I follow nothing but boxing. Okay. I know you do, man. You good at it. Sir Flame, salute at Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. And Bruce Gas is at Yasser Hussein. Derek Bailey is driving y'all right now, so I don't know if he's on some type of expressway, freeway, or whatever, toll road. I don't know where he's at. I don't know if he's in the city or what. He's just driving. But he is listening, so y'all can still salute him out even if he ain't gonna say nothing. So y'all can still salute out Derek Bailey. D to the Bailey out there, man. But like I said, like some of these fights, I mean, we might not be getting all the ones that we want, but we still getting some fights. You know, we got to see, which we needed to see. We needed to see where Miller was at, you know, and we got to see where he was at. We got to see that he can still finish the fight no matter what. If he's getting hit or whatever, he can still finish the fight. So we got to see that. So there's a few things that we got to see. We're going to see this whole Charlo versus... I know a lot of people hate Charlo, and they think Canelo's just going to take him out in a few rounds or whatever, but I don't think it's going to be that way. I think Charlo's hunger is on a whole another level. And I think that he's already wanted to fight Canelo a long time ago. So they have already seen something in Canelo that is right up their alley. And one thing I think that the main problem for Canelo is going to be that damn jab. I'm telling you. It's going to be that jab and that two. It's going to be that 1 and 2. And we've seen how Canelo does against good fighters that are good with that 1 and 2. We've seen what happened to him. Because when he fought Bivol, he just got completely obliterated. Which the fight could have, even though he might not have been as hurt as what people thought, the fight could have been stopped when he took the 20 piece. What Derek called it like the over 20 piece that he took. Yeah. And now so I don't know, you guys can listen to all this stuff if you want to, or just, you know, it's funny to me. I don't know, there's another rumor going out. There's a rumor about Terence Crawford that he got stopped during sparring. It's just so much stuff, man. They're going to say Earl got stopped probably. But if he did, that's not a good thing, Terence Crawford, if you got stopped and you ain't even fighting Earl yet. Yeah. Aaron Simpson says sub Webb. He said sub Webb. I'm Webb now. I'm just Webb. Hey, you been coming in here, Aaron, and you don't say nothing to the guys or me, and then now you saying something. We ain't got no problem with that. No, we just talking just general boxing and some of the fights and some of the stuff that we got to see over the weekend, especially like with the Jared Anderson. We got to see that he can make it through a fight. In his development, he still has to develop some. And also some of the rumors about the Earl Spence and Terence Crawford, those are going to be rampant up until the fight. Up until like the day of the fight, they're going to be rampant. That you're going to hear a lot of stuff about Earl Spence. You're going to hear a lot of stuff about Bud Crawford. So I'm not reporting this as being truthful or nothing like that. So I'm not saying that it's true that Bud Crawford... that he got stopped during sparring, so you're not hearing it from me like that. I'm just saying that those allegations are out there. You know, that's all I'm saying, is that he can move pretty good. Okay, Sir Flame is at Bruce Gas. I don't know if I got that, but Bruce is right back. Y'all sir, and then okay, I got Aaron Simpson. Y'all sir says salute fam at Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz and more. Sir Flame says salute at Derek Bailey. And he said, "What you think about Jared Anderson now?" I never been hyped on him. I never have been hyped, but he can, like I said, he can make it through fights. So far, he needs a little bit more development. He's young. For a heavyweight, he's real young. You know, in order for you to be great as a heavyweight, early on. It's your desire and everything else. This is your desire, but it's more or less your mind and skill set. If you have phenomenal trainers, if you're young as a heavyweight, you can make it. Yes, if you're just gifted like real big like Tyson Fury, you're just real big and have a basic knowledge of boxing, because he's not great, but he has a great knowledge of boxing. He knows how to, cheat. He knows how to hold you down and stuff like that. And the referees don't even call that as much as they used to. You used to get cautioned a lot. They had to start cautioning because even back in the day when George Foreman was fighting, George Foreman was doing a lot of that. He would like pull you into a punch. Lennox Lewis, I'm sorry. A lot of his fights was him pulling somebody into a punch. Go back and look. If you think I'm not, if you think I'm just making up stuff, go back and look. So a lot of these tall fighters, they will pull you down into a punch. They will control your neck, and that's wrestling. You're not supposed to. Your hand is never supposed to touch the back of an opponent's neck. You're not supposed to be touching the back of their neck. You're not. You're not. You don't hit behind the neck. You don't grab. None of that. You're not supposed to. If you get into a clinch is, the boxing is from the shoulders down. It's not from the neck up. So you grab somebody, or you just hold on. You want to hold on for a second. You know, little wrestle them like this. You know, hold them like that a little bit. An easy way to get somebody off you is just push them off. A lot of these guys, they get caught in these clinches and wrestling, even with Mayweather. Mayweather let that fight get stopped, and I don't even want to be mentioning him because it's not really a professional fight. But he could have pushed the guy off. Just get the guy off you. You know, get the damn guy off you. Simple as that. You know. Yeah. Okay. Aaron Simpson said he can move pretty good. Move very good. He said I'm still kind of new, but I think everyone thinks they hoping Canelo and Spence win so they can make Spence and him the biggest fight in boxing. Canelo can't. A lot of people might think that he can beat Spence. He can't beat Spence. Because Spence,